Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Conquer with a Hawk. I am taking a break on working on the shed. I am going to assemble my new electric e-bike and tell you about it. So over the winter, Donna, Emily, and I were out in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we rented e-bikes. We put about 30 miles on them one afternoon, just pedaling around. We hit several different cities out there. They were so much fun, great exercise, and you covered a lot of area with not too much effort. So Hemingway Bikes reached out to me. I said, absolutely, I was thinking about buying one. So they sent me a bike over. I'm gonna get it opened up, we'll talk about it. There it is, all unpackaged. I kept it on the cardboard. I don't want to scratch anything. Everything was wrapped up real nice in foam, zip tied real good. I'll get this mess cleaned up. I'll go grab some sockets, wrenches, Allen keys, and we'll get started. First thing you want to do is get the keys, take the battery off, and get it charging. Okay, I'll talk as I go. I took this carriage off of here. These bolts were just real loose. Took them off, got the handlebars. They're still kind of loose. I just snugged them in place, making sure all my wires are nice and straight. Nothing tangled up. Next, I put my pedals on. Everything is labeled really good. Left, reverse thread. Right pedal, regular thread. I picked the seat up a little bit and locked it. I'm guessing that's where I want it for now. But we can always adjust that with a quick connection right there. Okay, just a couple things left to do. Plug in my lights. There's just a little alignment notch in there. Just make sure you're good with those. And you'll hear them clip right together. And this one, your dashboard goes here. Just try and straighten your wires out. Everything looks pretty good. Same thing. Line those little notches up. I don't want to force it, I just want to feel it. There we go. Push them until you can, there's arrows on there that you can line up as well. Everything's nice and neat. I'm gonna go get some zip ties for this extra wire. They give you a tool that it has everything on here that you would need. Probably wouldn't hurt. I don't know if there's a place on here, maybe zip tie it on here somewhere just to have it with you. It was a little awkward trying to get the light on, so I just elected to use my impact with the Allen wrench in it. Breezed right through it. The hardest thing actually was just lining up the fender and lights. Everything, all the bolts are in place. You just back them out because they're in there loose. Back them out, put the fender, snug it back up. The rear rack, same thing right here. And there's a brake protector, or a gear shifter protector bracket that goes on here just to protect that if you lay the bike down. So I just feathered the wires through that. I'll snug up the pedals. I have the battery charging. I'm going to take this for a ride tomorrow morning. It went together really easy. In fact, there's the instructions. Maybe I ought to look through them and make sure I did everything right. I'll do that. If I missed anything, I'll talk to you real soon. Just one little negative I'd like to mention. Nothing major. There's these little plastic clips holding the harness together, the group of cables. They were popping off as I took it out of the box. I put them back on there, but I don't think they're going to last too long. So right beside every one, I put a zip tie. When these come off, I'll have zip ties on there. I'll put one more right in this group. And I think we are good to go. I never rode a bike with these big tires. These are called fat tires. I'll get a knife and trim these off. Front suspension, adjustable road or trail. The fat tires give you a cushion seat. No springs on it, but it looks pretty comfortable. I guess the next thing to do is ride it and see how it goes. Installation, I've spent more time putting together a 2-year-old's Christmas present than it took me to put that bike together. And by the way, the instructions are mainly talking about the battery and charging system in the dashboard. The assembly, I'm sure you could go online and see it if you needed to, but you don't need to. You can see everything right where it needs to go, and of course you can watch my video. Phone is ringing again. Okay, battery will be charged up. I hear stories about the batteries catching on fire, so I don't have any information on that. Just be careful, and hopefully we don't burn anything down. Okay, I had the charger sitting flat on a shelf with the battery right beside it. Nothing around it. This is air cooled, so you want nothing around it so you can get ventilation and not overheat. It's just warm, not hot. So the test button, it'll light up red when it's completely full. So this is ready to go. Gently, they say don't yank on the cord, grab the plastic. It comes out very easily. Replace the protective cover. I always unplug the chargers on everything when we're done. You can charge this while it's on the bike. You don't have to take the battery off. I just got it out of the way for assembly. So for now on, I'll leave it on the bike to recharge every time. It will not overcharge. This is a smart charger, smart battery. It knows when to accept, and it does not have a memory, so you can run it all the way down and recharge, or you can use it a little bit and recharge. But after every use, recharge, and you have a nice full battery. So that plastic nub, lay the battery on it and rotate right into place. You'll hear it click. Might have to put, there you go. It's that easy. Then lock it into place. Take the key out. I'd put these somewhere where you're not going to lose them. Ready to go. Finally, I want to check the air pressure. All my bolts that I did yesterday, I double checked them. I used the hand tool that they sent me. Now, here's what I want to talk about. My DeWalt impact gun to run these in. It was quick. I use that gun every day. I know exactly how much to use it. If you're not there, use the hand tool, okay? I don't want to mislead anybody and have them use a drill or an impact and strip these out. These are stout, but you want to be careful. So if you're okay with an impact, use an impact. That's up to you. I don't want you damaging the bike. If you're unsure, use their tool that they provide. It's very universal, or use your own Allen wrenches. So I double checked everything. I want to double check my handlebar setting and secure. Check the air pressure. I'm so excited, I'm ready to roll. Okay, one thing I should have mentioned earlier when I had the battery off, on the bottom side of this battery is a serial number. Make sure you register this from the start date for your warranty. They offer a 2-year limited warranty, so go ahead and make sure you register that. Seats locked in the right height. We are ready to go. So I've never done this. Let's see how easy it is. Push and hold 3 seconds. Display comes on. Full battery charge, miles per hour. So we'll go over the display as I learn it. Completely read the manual. I did, but I don't want to talk about it yet without it in front of me. I'm going to go for a quick ride and we'll talk about this as I'm doing it. You can shift gear, push to go up, lever to go down. Always be spinning when you run through that cycle. I just wanted to show you the one. Other than that, I think I covered everything. So Dawn and I are going to get started. So we are going to turn this into a t-shirt contest. You have to guess where I'm standing right now. I'll give you a little bit. I don't want to give it away too easy. Right there, that's enough. And then you have to guess where we do our turnaround point. So come on along with us. Be the first to respond. I know it's not fair, but that's just something I thought of in the last second here. So where I'm standing right now and where we do our turnaround, and I'll talk about that. First to respond, I'll send you out a t-shirt. We're on the highway. I lock it. If I was in the woods, I would back off the front suspension. On the roads, keep them hard. The display shuts down after a couple of minutes. Hey, I'm recording here. So just press and hold, 2 seconds, 3 lights up. I'll show you this in a little bit. This is a twist throttle. Oh, look at that. All you do is twist the throttle. See ya. Okay, so here's the digital display. Headlight on and off. Information, power on and off. Easy shift. So as I want to go faster, just hold it with 2 fingers. I'm used to a dirt bike. I ride with 2 fingers on each brake, and I just rotate the thumb right on the throttle. Other 2 fingers I grip. And it's that easy. If you want to go no power, hold the power button, off. Now you're back to just regular bike riding. You can turn it on and off while you're pedaling, while you're riding. And back to power. I'll never turn it off while I'm riding. This is great. Still, what did I do? 1.4 miles, not far. Still 100% battery. So we're gonna do about I think we do about an 8-mile ride. We'll see where the battery is after that. Okay, just cruising along, discovering some things. I got a bell. That's pretty cool. Now there's a plus and minus right here. I'm on 0. Just thumb. 1, 2. You can see my speed picking up. 3, 4, 5. And then right back down. Turn it all the way off. And you can keep doing that as much as you want, or just leave it set on 1 speed and leave it there. Okay, cruising along 4 miles now. Seat's very comfortable. 2nd gear, push of a thumb. You can go all the way up 1 at a time, and then you can drop all the way down with 1 motion. Right back into 1st. You don't have to do 1 at a time. Okay, that's it for now. We are at our turnaround point. We're at 5.7 miles, so we have 5.7 to go back. I'll film it when we get back. That's all you get. Where are we at? Okay, our first trip, 10 miles, still at full charge. Hey everybody, I've had this bike for about a month now. Rode it, half a dozen times. I love it. I love everything about it. It's quick. I'm trying to stay in sync with the car. Let's speed it up. Let's go. Pedal if you want to. It's a great way to get exercise, get out, move it around. If you want to get more exercise, pedal harder. You just want to cruise around a little bit, cruise around a little bit. The whole idea is getting out there. Come on. Fellow e-bikers, they really like mine. They seem jealous. They asked me if they could have it. I said, no way. They couldn't catch me. You see me go past them? Mine's way faster. Let's go. Okay, so I'm very happy with this bike. It's performing great. I love the fat tires. The seat, very comfortable, heavy duty. You can see how the other bikers just could not keep up. It has the big electric motor in the back and the really nice battery. I've run this 6 times now. Let me turn it on. Battery strength still full strength. So I'm running it to see just how good the battery performs. I have several hours on it, still at full charge. Thank you, Hemingway Bike. I think you're gonna see Miss Donna on one too. Hi everybody, we poured this driveway a couple years ago, and we poured the patio a year before we did the driveway here. I got a phone call, there's a crack in it, so I'm gonna come over and check it out and see if I can repair it and what we can do with it. Come on back with me. Up here on this patio, we have this crack coming right off of this outside edge. Always wants to crack off the corner, right? So it comes over here and it finds our tool cut, or our saw cut right here. In hindsight, and that's why I do come back and look at these and address them, because I can learn something. I should have taken a grinder, chop saw, and ran this saw cut right to the corner. I stopped it right here at the corner of the step. Had I done that, chances are the hairline crack that's in that saw cut would have come up and followed it right to this corner, and I wouldn't be here today. Oops. So we'll go ahead and take care of that. Using is this Quikrete crack sealant, just gray color. I'm going to top it with my Storm Gray antiquing, and then I'm going to dab on just a thin layer of poly seal from ChemMaster. So we'll go ahead. I didn't dig these chunks out. I could get them out if I wanted to. I'm just going to seal right around them, fill in this, leaving this piece. I could dig that out, but I'd rather leave it in there and just get a thin bead around it and hold it in place right through here, and then where it gets skinny. So I just cut a little angled hole in this bottle, just like on a 45, and I squeeze it right on top. You can see how I'm forcing it into that crack. Now out here, this crack's pretty big where the material's flowing in. It's a pretty thick material. Just working the nozzle back and forth on it.
Don't worry, don't worry. It's going to look way better. Notice how I'm agitating it and getting it all the way in there. Might as well do it down the side. Try and keep that water out. How about a squirt right in there? Just let it sit a minute. Notice I only did like a foot, 14 inches at a time. You can kind of see it settling into the crack a little. That's what you want it to do. This again, working it over the seam. Look how quick it's drying. So if you have a lot of this to do, I'd say do it in the morning when everything's nice and cool. Don't do it too soon in the season. I feel this happened over the winter from freezing and thawing. So let the ground thaw out, dry out. That way this will bond. If you do it too soon, you'll have to do it again next year and you'll wonder what happened. So that's what happened. Too soon, you filled it, the patio is still settled as the ground underneath it is frozen, and it reopened up. Or it was too wet and didn't stick. So now that it's setting up, I just take a couple paper towels and wipe it clean. You can see how that's looking better already. All right, I'm going to set the camera down and get this wiped off, and then I'll show you the next step. All of the material cleaned off. See out here, it looks really good. The bigger spots are bigger. So now I take my antiquing, and I just have a little bit here on the lid. Just take a little pinchful and sprinkle it right on top. Now this is still wet, so just dust it on there. Now you're coloring that crack filler same as the patio. How's that? So just a little bit at a time. And repeat. You can do a little bit bigger area to help blend it. Don't get crazy though. Just keep it right in here. You can get all this product at Carol's Supply if you have to do this. Make sure you wear a rubber glove. And that's basically it. You can let that harden up and then give it a final clean. Okay, but as you saw, it dries pretty quick. I'm going to give this about 15 minutes and I'll talk to you soon. I'm letting that dry. I went ahead and put a little bit of product on this real tiny crack, sorry. And same thing, just wipe off, blending it. Okay, now that'll keep the moisture out of there, the rainwater, the snow. Now we'll just color it to match and blend. Okay, we'll let that dry. And all this is really taking just a few minutes. Okay, now I just have an old concrete shirt. Just taking off all the excess. If you look close, you can still see it. From up here, you can still see it, but it doesn't jump out at you. Okay, now lastly, I'm going to just wipe on a little bit of sealer right over this area. And what that's going to do, that's going to highlight this area for a little while. That'll fade. Springtime, summer, this could use power washed and clean, then it'll blend. But for right now, I'm going to do just a little patch of sealer just to lock this in. Okay, the homeowner came out to look at it and agreed to hold the camera for me. So nice and steady, better than I was doing. Just a little bit of sealer and just dab it. You just want to lock all that in. Smells good too, huh? Stood up and looked at it. I just wanted a little bit more in this area, So I went ahead and added that. Now I'll recolor and reseal. I'll show you in the end. Okay, one last look at it. This is from about 6 feet away to up close. Now up close, you can see, well, you can see some of it. But would you know it's a crack if I didn't tell you? Okay. That's how I repaired a crack. And you could too. So that crack repair was very simple to do today. If you're going to try it on your own, rubber gloves, a couple of paper towels, do a small section at a time. Make sure it's cool at 50 to 60 degrees, not 80 to 90 degrees. You want to be able to take your time on it. This stuff does set up fast in the heat. I just wanted to make sure I warned everybody about that. These days, it's harder and harder to get people to return phone calls and come back, especially like this patio. This is going back 2 or 3 years. So not too many people are going to go back and do it. I'm in that neighborhood all the time. I want to keep a good relationship with everybody, so I try and keep up on my phone calls. Hey, we got an issue. I do try and keep up on that. Hey, I'm not perfect. I miss some, right? So we all do. But it's harder and harder to get people to come out. So if you want to try this kind of stuff on your own, just follow those couple simple tips, and I think you'll be very surprised with what you can accomplish. I'm going to release more of these videos because I think they are important out there. Sealing, crack repair, maybe even re-leveling of pads. You know, we can do that kind of stuff as well. So I just want to touch on that. As always, thank you very much for tuning in to Conquer with Hosses. Hit that like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Let's keep this channel growing. See you tomorrow.